All right, sir. Would you like me to walk out of the car?
No, you could stay in the car.
I was a few miles over the speed limit in a residential neighborhood, and he just kind of caught me, and not much can do about it. But I ended up, fortunately, having a warning. And he told me that since I am moving back to Utah and from Georgia, it will be nice that I can change my driver's license as fast as possible. And I said, well, when I get my money from the apartment that was sold, and I can rent for a year at least, right away. And Social Security, that in the beginning they promised me as well, about 1 year back, almost 9 months back. They didn't. In the beginning they said, yeah, don't worry about it, just you have problems. And then when I already went to Ames, Iowa, in Atlanta, they said I can collect it anytime. Then when I went to Ames, Iowa, they said no, but try to talk when the interview is coming. When I get interview, and I went in Salt Lake City, actually here in Draper, they said no more money. And I needed the money to rent the apartment. I needed the money to re-register the car. But that's what it is. This is just one of the examples. I have P.O. Box in Salt Lake City, but I need to have an address that I can change my residency. Actually, it's not a residency. Residency is tied to taxes. And I live in Utah. I lived in Utah more than 3 years. So it's not the trouble. But my point here is that everything possible was made kind of harder for me to restart a normal life. It's part of gang stalking, and the money are very important when you deal with restarting your life. And unfortunately, as I said, there were so many thousands I was supposed to get, but I didn't. Will I? I have no idea. I hope Trump sends me with Elon Musk, how you call it, Doge, what's the company, Doge company, Department of, the, how do you call them, new checks, like they did, actually it's no longer checks, but deposits. I hope they will send me, but will I get it, or even will I be eligible for it? I have no idea. With me, when we're talking about money, unfortunately, private organizations and the governments run. You see, instead of giving me back at least part of my father's invention, I would buy a new car. I would buy, kind of memberships and so on. But with real estate, I would have bought very small apartment that I can always have one, and the rest I would just have a large van, and I would travel. You see, the sleeping in the car, it's not good, but it teaches you stuff, and you kind of can do things and make sure that you have actually, if you have a minivan, or actually even better, this Mercedes-Benz vans, great. One of those, when you have everything and you have the fact we have mini room traveling with you, all of it. And this is what I would love to have now, knowing what I can do. You see, as I said, I just retired, and I'm getting my Social Security, but at the same time I don't have anything else. And traveling, you can do, people live from their social media, like van traveling, sleeping in the car stuff, and so on. But you have to have, for the beginning, kind of a startup money. So but then there is another way, simply to rent and stay in one place. This is what I actually was planning on the first place. But what do I do now if I cannot re-register my car? My car expiring in August, and I use it as a second home, like a home. If there's a problem, if I don't have money for a hotel, I stay in the car. And what happens if they take my car away, or not just take away, but what happens is if you don't, if not cannot register, so it's not registered, you have a problem, you cannot drive it, they can impound it. So it's the same thing. And in the beginning, it was a promise. Now, first and second time, kind of, well, nothing. Sorry, even I tried to do Chat GPT to look up, and Chat GPT told me they don't pay back anymore. I mean, not anymore. Even there's no word anymore. They don't pay back. So if somebody tells you go to Social Security, they will tell you, "Oh, don't worry about it. But we will fix this stuff." And several months pass, they're still not fixed. You're not getting your money back from the first time you show up. And it's not just me. A lot of people. I watch TikTok. There's a lot of people on TikTok have the same problem. So they realize whatever you're not getting and you're missing, when you start try to collect your Social Security, if there are errors, we can't do anything. All right, have a good night.